Hey folks, it's been a while since I've done gun videos. I'm starting to do them more lately just because I have the time for it. There used to be a time when last year was probably my shittiest year ever, or damn near. And I had employment issues. I wasn't gainfully employed the way I needed to be, but now I am. And as a reward, because I was still getting some checks from that previous job, I decided to put that money aside and get a new gun. But not just any gun. I specifically wanted to get a 1911. My original plan was to get the Taurus 1911 45 caliber gun that they have. I'd actually shot that before at a gun range, and I thought it was a pretty nice, hefty gun and very handy and modern looking. But as I was going to gun shops and going to forums online, I was hearing mixed results about the reliability of those guns, and that's the last thing I want to spend money on is a gun that's going to fall apart. I guess I probably could have got a Rock Island if I wanted to go really cheap. But you know what? They have a reputation for pretty good quality for the price. But, you know, there used to be a time when you can get those for $350, $400. Now you can hardly get them for that price anymore. And you certainly can't find them in a store like that. So, you know, I figured, well, if I'm going to pay that kind of money, I might also spend a couple $100 more and get something high quality. So when I went to the Bullet Trap here in Plano, they said, you know, we're not selling these. You can buy the last of these Tauruses, or you can get this gun here. It's a much better quality build gun. It's a Ruger. Arms makers for responsible citizens. I had never owned a Ruger. This gun satisfies three things. It's my first Ruger. It's my first 1911, at least in 45 caliber. And it's my first stainless steel gun. I've never had one before like that. So this was a real adventure. And it cost me almost $700 to get this, brand new, out of the box. But, you know, I think the last time I spent that kind of money was on a Springfield 1903 A3. I mean, that's a lot of money to spend on a gun, and much less a handgun. But you know what? This gun is worth every penny. So let's go look at it real quick here. Comes in this box. You get a very basic carry case, once the gun is in. Yes, the gun is loaded, but we will take out the clip here. I'll just move this back a little bit. So we'll take the clip out. Oh, that's interesting. So here's the gun. It comes with two clips. It comes with a 7-round magazine. This is the one that actually came with it. I have another one that's a 7-rounder that's just an aftermarket. Good news is they both work, at least in terms of cycling rounds. It comes with one of these. I'll just put that there. It comes with that, and then it comes with this extended mag that has a lower bottom, easier to grip, and it holds another bullet, if that matters to you. Honestly, I prefer the compactness of this magazine. It's a lot more flush, and it sits better in a holster, although this is... You could use this for conceal and carry, but it's kind of big. But that's not why I bought it. You know, if I want conceal and carry, I'll use my Glock. I wanted a 45, and a damn good high quality 45, and this certainly fits the bill. So in the box, let's see if I can get it here in the picture. In the box, you obviously get the magazines. You get this takedown tool, which I'll do a video for, so you can see how to take it down. It's actually quite handy. Comes with, by law in certain states, the fired cartridge, one single fired cartridge round. It comes with, I guess it's kind of like a jam you put in to make sure that the gun is open and unarmed, or doesn't have a round in chamber. But you can also use this as a tool to push out the slide release pin when you're taking this apart. Comes with a gun lock, but who cares? I shouldn't say that. You should always use your gun locks when you're not using your firearms, but, you know, it's not convenient, especially in a household like ours where we don't have to worry about kids running around. The best thing of all is it comes with this manual, and this manual is pretty thorough, especially if you've never owned a 1911 like I have, or haven't before. It gives you full instructions on how to do takedown. What I really like is the fact that it's very... It has a lot of safety checks, things to be aware of, things that you need to keep in mind, because this is a semi-auto gun, and if it's loaded with a round in the chamber, if you drop it, it might go off. It's very safety conscious oriented. It's funny, when you look at the Glock manual, it doesn't really go into that kind of detail, but this one, I mean, these guys live up to the word, you know. They're all about safe firearms and safe use of their firearms, so, you know, that's to be appreciated. So here's the gun. Very nice, stainless steel. One of the things that I've learned is when you shoot this gun, it's very good at showing you where all the dirt is. And I guess that's a good thing if you want to make sure your gun is as clean as possible. But it's for a person like me who's used to having the Glock, and I'll just give it a good once-over maybe with, you know, some solvent and oil. That's all I usually do. I don't scrub it down with a brush. But with this gun here, you see all the imperfections of your cleaning, so it behooves you to make you want to actually make sure you keep it clean. Here, I don't know all the features here, so I'm not going to go into a whole lot of detail other than to say that it's just like any other 1911. This one has a skeletonized trigger and a skeletonized hammer, which makes it a little nicer and lighter to use. This does have the ability to half cock. Let's see if I can do that real quick. You can half cock it, so it does have a half cock safety. And when you do that, this other safety, this thumb safety, I guess for lack of a better word, doesn't work. But once it's cocked all the way back, you can put that in place. And, you know, if you're a right-handed shooter, this is really the perfect gun for you. Because as you're holding it two-handed, you can just do that. Safety on, ready to shoot, safety off, pull the trigger. Nice and convenient. I really like that. The one word I heard from the guy I bought this at the gun shop was, this is a typical Ruger that's over-engineered for perfection, and he absolutely is correct. I mean, I just go on and on about this gun, how great it is, you know. It has some features that you don't see on all 1911s, for example. Let's see if you look in here. Right here you have this loaded chamber indicator or channel you can look into to see if there's a round there, and you'll usually be able to see the rim if there's a round in it. That's kind of nice. One of the things I did notice is, I mean, it has, you know, the thumb safety here. It does have the grip safety, so if you tried to, you know, pull the trigger without putting your hand on it, it does work in that regard. But one of the things that's interesting is, let me see if I can pull it back here. This gun's got a very tight spring. You know, that's one of the things that was hard to get used to. One of the things I did notice is, you know, when you look at these 1911s, usually when the slide goes back and it's getting the next round, this barrel dips down a little bit so that the round can go into it. But on this one, the barrel is perfectly straight, or damn near. In fact, one of the things that's interesting about this pistol is that from what I understand, this bushing, or the part that holds back the barrel, or the slide bushing, whatever you want to call it, is made out of the same metal blank as the barrel is itself. So what that means is that barrel and that slide there. Let's see if we can get a good look here. Okay, now you can see that. You can see that this bushing, or the slide part of the metal here, I don't know what the technical term is, don't get on my ass about it, guys, but it's made from the same metal blank, I guess, or piece of steel or whatever. So the barrel and that bushing are flush. I mean, there's almost no holes. There's no spacing whatsoever. It's not very loose. The only rattling you get is from back here, from this grip safety. So you can hear it. There's not a whole lot of movement there. Let me see if I can rack it a little bit. Oh, God, that spring is tight. This spring will probably last forever. Let me zoom out a little bit. Now, one thing I will notice is I probably put about 300 rounds in it, and I am starting to see that, you know, this area here where the slide bushing meets with the barrel is starting to get a little wear. But I mean, you can actually see the serration here. I mean, that's just beautiful engineering. It's a damn near perfect gun. And as you can imagine, like any other 1911, I've taken it out to the range. You've already seen a video of it. This thing will put pretty good holes at 30 feet. And I'm not anywhere near as good of a shot with pistols as some other folks are. So there you have it. I'm trying to think if there's anything else worthwhile mentioning. I mean, you can see that the workmanship on it is great. What I'll do next is a takedown video, so you can see how to take this one apart. It's like any other 1911. It's going to take a little bit of learning and getting used to, because I'm used to taking apart the Topograph. I'm not used to taking apart this. So there's some steps in the process that one has to get used to when they're taking these apart. So anywho, so I think that's all I have for now. I'll do a quick video on a takedown on this, and that's all she wrote.